Welcome to episode 5 of season 4. In the last episode, we talked about the difference between authority and popularity. Today, we're going to take it a step further and we're going to talk about content, but specifically content that builds trust and not just engagement. This is my season 4 of digital positioning and authority for nutrition professionals under the brand Charity Haven Digital. My name is Charity Wanyonyi and I'm a digital content strategist. So we're going to look at the content trap. Many professionals focus on engagement. Sometimes I do. We focus on the likes, comments, shared, the visibility or viral moment, but we end up forgetting to ask ourselves this one important question: does my content or your content build trust? Engagement is visible, but trust is felt, because trust is actually what sustains your growth. So we're going to look at engagement versus trust. So when it comes to engagement driven content, it often attracts quick attention. So it's simple, reactive, and easy to consume. So this means it entertains, sparks reaction, gets quick attention, and then it fizzles out. But trust building content is very, very different. It explains, it clarifies, and it educates deeply. It helps your audience understand your expertise. Don't get me wrong, both of these two matter, but they serve very, very different purposes. You need engagement content because you need to grow your audience, and when your content is entertaining and getting attention, the algorithm pushes it out to more people. And if it's trust building content, so it's going to educate more people, it's going to clarify more concepts, it's going to demonstrate your expertise, and people will feel reliable enough to trust what you say. So we're going to look at what trust building content looks like. So trust building content is very clear. Look at those people, they have clear messaging, it's not scattered or confused, it's very consistent, it reinforces your positioning, and it's evidence informed and not just opinion based only. It's very relevant and not generic. I know you guys know what generic is. You see some content and they're like, this is just a generic content. Someone is posting to just post. So your audience should feel that your content is reliable. So make your audience understand and not just react to your content and move. Sometimes for me, just like, because I know you, and that is just not good. Let your content build trust with someone who is reading it or watching it, so that they leave a comment, like, or share it to their audience so that it can reach more people. I want to look at the type of content that build trust. So to build trust, focus on educational breakdown. That is the easiest safe choice, because you're a nutritionist, you have the information, evidence-based, step-by-step explanation. In the last episode I showed you, or is it on my YouTube? I showed you how to use Canva for professional to aid you do this type of content, case-based insight, pick an anonymous case study and dissect it and engage with people who are commenting on it. Myth versus fact content. This really does well in the layman platforms such as Facebook, where there's a lot of people who think they can make nutrition content. So you go there and break the myths and the misconception and tell them the factual nutrition information. Practical framework, do it here. Go and learn how to make infographics and just using easy visuals to come up and explain this, because on LinkedIn, when you have practical framework, you're able to get other professionals to interact, and this will boost your authority in that particular area. So depth build trust. So read. That's why we encourage you to continue learning. Even if you're fresh from school, you've just graduated, you're still in practice, please continue improving yourself. So we're going to look at example of engagement versus trust content. So look at this engagement post: drink water, just like that. But a trust building post will say how hydration affects metabolic function and how to structure your intake daily. Of course, I'm going to trust the person who is taking me step by step on why hydration is very important to my body, and also share some insight or tips that can help me take my water, especially in this cold weather. So one gets like the other builds authority. So with the engagement post, it's needed, but with the trusting building post, it's going to build authority over that particular area. So we're going to look at the consistency factor. Guys, trust is not built in one post. If you post and you disappear, you'll just be like someone who is, I will just scroll past. But a consistency factor comes from repetition of expertise. Like if you're good at PCOS, you keep on sharing your expertise about hormonal balance and imbalance and how they affect women health. Consistency of message, like you're talking about hormonal balance. Tell us the types of hormones so that people can understand where the imbalance is coming from, and this will build reliability over time. So when I'm thinking about hormonal imbalance, I'm going to look at someone who's talking about PCS. So trust is very cumulative. It's just not a one-time thing. So we're going to look at common mistakes some of us make, posting random tips without context. We end up chasing trends that very unrelated to your niche. For me, what I do when I see a trend, I relate it to my niche. Oversimplifying complex topics. I know I told you guys to simplify, but not oversimplifying, until it loses its meaning and it's misunderstood. So inconsistency in your messaging, you're doing this, you're posting this, you're doing this until you end up confusing your audience. This reduces perceived credibility because people will not trust what you're saying because you're jumping from one trend to the next. You're posting inconsistent messaging that is not helping your audience. So a strategic reminder for you guys. So before posting, ask yourself, does this help my audience build expertise? If yes, it's strategic. If no, go back and refine it. So you're going to finish the episode with this quote: trust builds authority. So thank you for watching. The next episode, we're going to talk about becoming known for something, how to build a signature positioning. And please look forward to this episode because I'm going to share a lot. This has been Charity Heaven Digital. This is my number and email address. Contact me if you need one-on-one consultation, you need group training sessions, speaker, webinars. I'm open